Hey, we're here with Gareth Chantler for World Refugee Day. And Gareth, where are you right now?
I'm in the Dominican Republic at the moment.
Okay, great.
Actually.
So, yeah, I'm not going to ask you what you're doing there because I know you well personally. You are a journalist and you write on um, a lot of refugee issues for more serious publications, like on a policy kind of level, which is a reason why people should sort of seek out your content, because it's very investigative journalist, very uh, profound stuff that a lot of times no one else is writing. But before I get to that, I want to keep things fun and stupid, in the spirit of keeping things fun and stupid. Um, Three dumb quick questions for you. What's your favorite movie, TV show, or song? Just favorite pop culture thing.
I don't know. I was watching Raiders of the Lost Ark the other day, so that pops into mind immediately.
Yeah.
Big fan of Raiders.
Yeah, and there's a sequel coming out, another one. Harrison Ford's now like
really
5 years. Yeah. But I'll keep going. What's your favorite food or habit that you picked up from the newcomers, because you know a lot?
Food or habit? I don't know. I learned a lot of bad words in Arabic that I can't repeat here. This video got flagged on social media. But when you're a beginner in Arabic, you can get away with these bad words. They sound, you sound like a 12-year-old who just learned all the dirty words, and you're still reveling in the novelty or the shock value.
All right. And what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Best piece of advice I ever been given: read with a pen. Read with a pen. So if anyone's seen a book that I own and have read, you'll notice that it's been marked up extremely, messily. But books are for learning, and a pen can help you do that, can help make it your own, I guess. So don't have this approach to books where they're like sacred and untouchable. Like, make them your own, make the material your own, and you can better learn from it, I would say. A professor gave me that advice when I was 19, and I didn't learn anything else from any other professor. So that's definitely the best advice that I got.
All right, perfect. Now, you are a journalist, as I mentioned, who writes a lot about refugees and migration. I kind of wanted to dovetail this into another question, which is the fact that you yourself have kind of been in a state of migration for years and years. I mean, you've traveled the world for decades, as far as I can tell. Is there any connection there? Is there something about your own state of like constant wandering that attracts you to these topics?
I guess so. I mean, it's very obvious, like, how hard life can be in a country where you don't speak the language. That became kind of obvious to me through traveling. So I'd say I have a more natural empathy. And I would say, let's leave it there, I guess. Most obvious answer.
And as well as writing about topics of migration and refugees, you've actually taken a personal role in some pretty key interventions in helping people get to safer places, helping them get to Canada. It's something you don't talk about much, but I just know some of the people you've helped, so that's how I know about it. Is there anything like, what drives you to do these things?
I don't know. I feel like it's rewarding in of itself, So the reward is the doing, really. There's nothing of a similar quality, We have this like cultural conversation in Canada about how, Starbucks is fake and consumerism is fake and all those things. Everyone like says that it's true, but I don't know, not everyone acts like it's true. But I think if we think it's true, we should act like it's true, and we should try and do things that actually matter in the real world. I don't think it's that complicated, basically.
Right. So I have, as always, an airplane over me.
Yeah.
Um, uh, one of the things you've written about and spoken about really interestingly is the Canadian immigration system, which is something that many Canadians are proud of because, you know, we take in a lot of newcomers, and there's some of them are refugees, and they're from all over the world, and it's almost part of the Canadian brand. But
Yeah.
it's not always so great, is it? What have you learned in your kind of explorations?
Well, my feeling is that it's, you know, it's based on merit, but it's not like meritorious, the Canadian immigration system. So there's this, you know, for anyone trying to come as a skilled worker, there's a point system that basically makes commodities out of people and kind of imports the upper class from less well-off countries to become the working class in this country, in Canada, and does a disservice to people's prior experiences and knowledge, you know. So, you know, the doctors of India become cab drivers here as they work to recertify themselves. And if Canada had its own interest in mind, that it would make that a smoother process, you know. So there's something else that's happening that's to work with the experience that they have already accumulated in life. There's this like idea in the culture as well, in all the businesses, that Canadian experience is somehow different from other experience. So you and I both know that many of our qualified friends go to find work and they say, oh, you have no Canadian experience, as if, I don't know, being a blacksmith somewhere else isn't the same as being a blacksmith in Canada, you know? It's a parochial kind of provincial mindset, I would say. And it's, I don't know what it's completely a product of, but I have to imagine the, you know, the fact of the matter is that many Canadians don't know what it's like in the rest of the world. They actually have an idea, but it's like a sort of imagination. Yeah, so I would say, you know, we don't let anyone in Canada reunite with their parents or grandparents, even if they could foot the bill for it, right? We have a lottery for that. So if we had a sort of family values country and someone could afford to sponsor their parents or grandparents to come to Canada, they would be able to do it. They wouldn't have to once a year log in and like hope to get the 5% chance at the lottery, right? Because they're willing to foot the bill. So there should be no barriers, basically. But instead, we have like a lot of restrictions on that. It, you know, it's not in any way fair or meritorious. And yeah, there's a lot of unevenness in the system. We're importing cheap labor that we send back to the Caribbean or back to the Philippines seasonally. And those people have no route to staying in Canada. So I don't know, I'm extremely critical. That's, you know, I don't really have any sympathy for the branded view of Canadian immigration.
All right. So we've got about a minute left. If you could give a piece of advice to your average Canadian who hasn't maybe done the research you've done or seen the things you've seen or met the people you've met, but just maybe want to be a better citizen of the world, what would that advice be?
I guess getting involved with sponsorship is a great way to go, or getting involved with helping newcomers get on their feet under them here in Canada. You know, because when you work like singularly on a case, you get to know the people, and it's the best window to understand like the challenges people face, I guess. Yeah, that sort of like And of course, the accomplishment comes on a human level as well. So there is a lot of room for, like, you know, protesting on Parliament Hill or whatever. But I would say, you know, meet a family, get organized with a specific case, and sort of the learning comes naturally from that human solidarity.
Perfect.
How's
Words
that
of
for? Was
wisdom.
that professional?
That is super
Yeah.
professional. I'm going to end it there. So thank you kindly, and enjoy the beautiful weather of where you are. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
Stephen. Anytime for you.
All right. Thank you.